I just like to give a very brief, a micro-historical picture of what some of the, I should say 20th century pictorial history, the first half from about 1910 to the 1950s, of how much more agricultural our land was here on the coast, what we've had and what we've lost. This first picture you see here is 1933. It was the Berdal Strawberry Farm. It was located on Highway 101. North side of Highway 101, just by the junction where the highway and Lower Roberts Creek Road, the cemetery is. That's where that was. It was there for over 20 years. Next, please. This is a picture of the House Sound Cannery. There was, during berry season, there was full-time staff working literally around the clock. It ran from 1927 to 1952 for 25 years. At its peak of berry season, which included blackberries, raspberries, loganberries, plums, and a couple other that escape me right now. But at its peak, 1 ton of berries a day was brought into this cannery, a ton a day. It more than met the Sunshine Coast needs. The local jam was very well known, was actually exported off coast. It was something that was very sought after and very well known. Next, please. The next one, this is actually as late as 1952. This is Grantham's. And up in the far left corner was the Mellis farm, just to show you that there was still a large farm in Grantham's as late as 52. And next, please. And this is just a picture of the Gibson's Hino farm. This is, it existed till 1939 when a fire there destroyed it. Where that is located now is where the medical clinics are in Upper Gibson's. There was actually 3 farms adjacent to each other, one right where the Gibson's Elementary School and fields are, this one and one behind it. Actually, some of the best soil in Gibson's was right around where the elementary school and the medical clinic is now. And next, please. This is just a picture of this, and showing the size and scope of the strawberry farm. This was on Russell Road in 1951. These pictures were taken. And this is the Charman Farm, a mixed farm, as you can see. On this one was on Chasta Road. And next, please. The next few are all, the next 5 are actually all by the same family, the Eleanor Farm. This is just showing corn they grew. Next. And again, some of his produce. He's showing off potatoes and strawberries, sunflowers. And did we go to the next? I looked down. I could go to the next one. And you can see back and when we could still have chickens, how many chickens he had. Next, please. And this is just some of the chicken coops in the back to show the scope of how many chickens he has, as well as his mixed vegetable farms. Next, please. And this was a goat farm in Hopkins Landing in 1927. And this is hayfield and vegetable farm and Weingart Farm. Weingart Farm is where, roughly now in the general area where the Legion is in Gibson's. And it was up, I can remember as a young kid, my parents taking me, the farm still existed is 61, 62, because I remember they still had a little corner store that late there in their house where you could buy their milk, their cheese, their locally grown vegetables. And now we have a Legion. Okay, next, please. This is down, obviously, cows. This is just off Marine Drive by what's now we know as Armour's Beach. And next, please. And I just threw this in at the last, just to show how recently we still had large things like fall fairs. This was actually just one. I think there's another page. You mind going to the next one, too? Yeah, as a bit of an example, this was like a 10-page pamphlet put out every fall. Was an annual event, and there was all sorts of levels. There was ones for adults, there was youth divisions, there was largest pumpkin, largest watermelon, there was best pies, best jams, etc. And this was a large, like over a weekend, 2-day event, and this is dated 1968. So as late as 1968, I can actually remember going to this. This was still a large annual event. And I think that is it for there. Is that the last one, I believe? Okay, there's just a small number of pictures. There was a whole bunch I couldn't get pictures on of other farms. There was a family, for example, of Japanese descent in what we now call Porpoise Bay, ran a large mixed farm for over 30 years, and they operated that till 1942 when the outbreak of the war, the federal government took their land and everything away from them and never returned it to them. There was farms in Roberts Creek I just didn't have pictures of. My own grandparents, for example, moved in 1923 to Pratt Road. Along with at least 3 other neighbors, there was farms right up and down Pratt Road through the 20s, 30s, and the 40s at least.